All right, traders, we're in for the daily session, and I'm really only doing one session and uploading that session for you and logging everything 100% transparent. Yeah, I'm just don't have the time to spend a lot of time in the charts. I'm not in the habit of looking at prices outside of my session. I'm totally unplugged from Twitter, Discord. I do not talk with any traders for the most part. Usually I check in my own Discord, and there's one guy I talk to occasionally, but yeah, I'm trading. It's not supposed to give me any kind of entertainment. It's supposed to just make me money. For entertainment, I go surfing. This morning, I'm going to climb a mountain this afternoon, and I'm going to be extremely busy with work coming up here soon. I'm booked out with private adventure tours and dolphin tours, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm super busy. I'm paying my bills outside of trading. Consequently, I do not need trading for money, and I also do not need trading for excitement. So I'm just in here to win, and that's what's happening, and that's what's been happening. So I'm coming in, and I was in two shorts, which I'm still in. They look good. They're pressing the lows. This is, it's been a pretty easy month because my best setup is just shorting alts, failing at old monthly highs. People say, why are you selling at an all-time high? Well, how many times would selling Ohm at an all-time high have been a good trade? Here it would have, there it lost. Here it worked, right? This one would have been a loss. Um, yeah, and in short, I have a computer back tested. I know it works. I'm really happy with how it looks today because all I am is short WIF and ohm, and then I have this Bitcoin long from here which hasn't filled. So essentially I've just been enjoying shorts and nothing has happened. I did come into this week knowing that there's calendar news Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday is FOMC minutes. Thursday is um, CPI and Friday is PPI. So I'm not expecting a lot of volatility Monday and Tuesday. Sure enough, we have not had it. So we'll take a look, but I have these three limit orders on Bitcoin. My strategy is essentially limit longs on Bitcoin and market shorts on alts. And I'm also looking at adding some limit longs on BNB maybe or on ETH. But yeah, we gotta come in and take a look at what's going on. But first, I'm just gonna take a note of what the P&L is currently, which is looks pretty good. Okay. I always like to look at traditional assets first. Gold actually had a pretty big red day, interesting. But I kind of saw this. I don't trade. I'm not trading um futures, although I might do it again once at some point. But I noticed silver has sold off from all-time highs twice and was expecting to move down here. But sweeping a weekly low, it's maybe a good long. Okay. We had green day on US 100, US 30, sort of. US 500, yes, we had a green day, but also take a look what's been going on here. Has it just been 2 weeks of sideways price action, basically? But I don't see why Bitcoin shouldn't at some point make an all-time high. I don't know. It's been a very long consolidation up here. And yeah, I mean, we've had our first higher high since way back here. and our first higher low. So I'm expecting to have a higher low that has already been put in. It's going to put in here. So my limit order is in the daily fair value gap, which is also a 1 hour fair value gap under here, allowing for a sweep of this. And then I figure if it comes down to the bottom, it's going to sweep the weekly low. If it sweeps the weekly low, I'm looking for it to take this on the left side of the chart down to here. If that fails, over here. And then I would be looking for this monthly low to go. But let's go take a look at the broader crypto market. Considering my shorts are working, I would be interested in seeing if, yeah, BNB. I noted BNB is quite strong, and BNB is eating ETH's lunch. It's very liquid, so good for limit orders. So my idea has been to replace the idea of trading longs on ETH with longs on BNB, and then look for shorts on ETH. So um, this isn't a great place to long, but it's just BNB really outperforms. It really outperforms. Oh, my jaw. So yeah, BNB's noted strength just really has been really strong in general. Made a new all-time high this cycle. It's from the old all-time high from last time, it's down only 15%. Where ETH from the old all-time high is down 50%. It's crazy, right? So my thesis is ETH's actually MySpace. There's XRP hasn't moved. Total. Hmm. Others. So Bitcoin, BNB, ETH. So now I'm just gonna quickly go through a basket of alts. Sui I was looking for Sui to do that, so TWT actually would be working. I didn't take it. Glad I'm not in any of these alt longs. Just like to rotate into whatever's pumped the most. CFX is, in theory, is shortable. I think it's just moved way too much already. I especially like to see news articles on Cointelegraph about the particular asset because people don't know this, but you commission articles, you pay for those articles. If there's an article that says to buy something, or there's a price target, someone paid for that article. Let me ask you, why would someone pay for an article saying Frog Coin's going to 1 billion? It's because they got a basket, they're trying to drum up buyer demand and liquidity so that they can dump it on you. So that's something that I always like to look at. Sui, I already have Sui over there. X, boom. That one's just moved too much. Remember Chili's it was big last year, right? This is my setup, right? Rejected an old monthly when it's really pumped alt. And here's the thing. For my system, we care about how old it is. So this is a high set in April, got taken in May. If the high is over 100 days old or 80 days old, it's not valid. So is this a loss? No, it's a no trade. Is this a loss? No, it's a no trade, right? This one may have been a loss, but I'm looking for more than chart patterns. I'm going to go into order flow as a second filter and see if it makes sense from an order flow perspective after the chart pattern is set up. And I'm also going to do that for the shorts that I'm in which might tell me, do I need to exit these or what's the deal? So we're gonna go check them out. Most likely advance our stops. For the most part, things are red. There's a couple strong ones, right? ETH was strong today. BNB is strong today. Okay. And I'm gonna go to CoinMarketCap and see if there's anything that I'm missing. Okay, looks like is moving up a little. Okay, see. Okay, apt. This is sort of an older level, so maybe not valid. But I'll take a look at apt. And let's also look at, I'm gonna go to CoinMarketCap and just see, because I gotta do this periodically. See if there's anything I'm missing. Egan, I don't know what this is. Oops, right here. No, anything new I don't want to mess with. Net Euro. I don't want to mess with anything that chart looks like that either. I have Aptos. Monero. I don't really like to short Monero. Honestly, I like Monero. It makes sense, right? It's held pretty steady for years. It hasn't gone crazy high, but it hasn't gone crazy low. I like Monero of um, the value proposition. Okay, I'm gonna just go to the second page. Look, what's up? Baby Doge has just been absolute ripping. Gas? Gas? Oops, I'm gonna add gas to my list. The next XCH. Oops. XCH. I mean, we can eat forever off the alt shorts. It's just such an awesome setup that repeats. Okay, so now I'm done with my scan. So we're gonna look into um, getting into the market. So I have this Bitcoin long set up, and we can see it's been sweeping, sweeping, sweeping. For now, I'm gonna leave it, right? We could have gone along here. It's all good. I feel like lower. We did take a somewhat major target, and we created a bearish fair value gap, and we rejected in that fair value gap. So we could launch from here. It's possible, but I, at the moment, don't see a reason to not continue to wait to see these equal lows get run, right? For a price to come into here one more time. So we're going to continue to wait for that. Now we're going to do my under the hood analysis. This is where I look at order flow, which tells me basically I'm looking at how futures traders are positioned compared to compared to spot traders, which will tell me if there's likely to be a liquidity squeeze, liquidations in one direction or the other. And I'm looking at this in a couple ways, but I'm noting that the market looks pretty hot in terms of long heavy, which is danger to the downside, which I like because I'm short and because my limit orders are lower. So initially, I'm happy about this. We're going to look at funding. Funding rate, predicted, global. I want to look at the ones that I'm in. I want to get in the habit of looking at BNB though. BNB, ETH, the ones that I'm in with. I'm in Ohm, and there is a couple possible setups that I could trade depending on how they look. So I'm gonna get everything set up. If you're watching this video, I'm not gonna explain exactly. I do this every day. CBD. Oh, what's going on here? With CBD and funding rate. I like predicted funding rate too. Okay, so let us start with Bitcoin. So what I see with Bitcoin is funding is high. Open interest has not had a significant clearing event. And actually, spot has been selling more aggressively than perpetual futures. So to me, Bitcoin is a little bit bearish. Therefore, on the chart, I'm always leaning bullish on Bitcoin as the asset. But on the chart, it looks a little bit bearish to me, which gives me reason to not feel like I need to chase here and should wait for lower. I mean, we have a pretty elevated open interest still, but I'm okay with leaving it and looking at this liquidation under here as being a thing. I bet you if we look at a liquidation heat map, we're going to see that becoming a more important area. So another tool that I use, idea is I want to buy when people are forced to sell. Okay. So we are seeing right under, actually, is a hot spot right at 61,652, and my buy is right under it. And then if we go into the 3-month, the other two areas I'm interested in buying are where? Are interesting. Um, this is interesting. Well, this one is the most interesting to me. Oh, there's two now, right? Yeah, this one is the most interesting. 57. I have this 58, but I don't like it nearly as much. And I'm seeing a possibility of price just taking 60 and going higher again, but that I would use. Yeah, okay. Interesting. If price, yeah, if price came right down to 60, 59, right under here, it would be interesting. But I'm gonna leave my positioning as is for now because I like to not just rely on a liquidation map, but use a chart pattern, which is what putting my limit orders always in the fair value gaps. So we're doing that. We look at this. Yeah, price has not created a bullish fair value gap since Monday. Okay, let's look at BNB. BNB has negative funding, unbelievable. With open interest going up and spot buying and CBD selling is ridiculously good setup. Wow. So I'm really interested in trading BNB to the upside. I'm gonna look at 4-hour gaps. So we have two. I think I am going to throw in. So I just want to be in the habit of limit longs on BNB. So there's two. And maybe price doesn't come at all, but I like that there's kind of equal-ish lows here. So I'm kind of interested in something like this on BNB. Targeting this high, something like that. Which I think I will set. Um, then we have ETH. I mean, ETH looks mixed. Funding's super high with longs, but spot has been supporting it. But that rug could get pulled. I definitely don't feel the need to short ETH here. If I did, I would be looking to short in this area, but I don't want to do it. I'm interested in shorting much higher. I prefer my alt setup a lot more than shorts on ETH. So that might, in theory, that might look like this. But considering we took this, we always want to take two things, something local and something old, right? So I'm not really that interested in trying to sell like this. That's something I want to leave alone. Now let's look at ohm and whiff, which on the moment are, since I logged in, are coming back. I'm also interested in Sui as a short potentially, CFX as a short, and Apt potentially. So we're gonna look at whiff. I could also close these if I wanted to. So look, funding is still positive. Spot is kind of it's so weird to me. I mean, we still have insane open interest, like from 180 million to 300 million that could come out. I kind of like what I'm seeing. It looks like Spot is continuing to scale out, and we're continuing to have um, positive funding, and we haven't had the open interest come out yet, which could be potentially a lot. I will say I'm interested in the possibility of advancing my stop. I don't know if I can do it though, because I'm so close to break even. Let me come back to that. So there's three more. There's what, SUI, CFX, and Apt. I only want to add it if it's good because I have these other shorts that have moved only a little bit in my favor, and I don't want to add so much risk when I don't have any longs. So I'm looking for reasons to disqualify these trades, not for reasons to take these trades. I'm looking for reasons to say, hey, this isn't this isn't that good. Let me not take it. That protects me from losing money, potentially. Okay. So let's start with Apt. I'll tell you I do not like Apt because this is just such a spot driven move. And we are seeing a lot of increase in open interest, longs, probably longs and shorts, but I'm going to disqualify it based on this upward sloping line. So Aptos, I will not trade. Sui, same thing. We have predictive negative funding. We have this upward sloping spot CBD, and we haven't had a huge increase in open interest. So Sui, I'm also not interested in. Not good enough. Okay, now let's look at CFX. CFX looks better than the others because we've had spot moving down and open interest is up 50% from here to here. And we have funding is positive, but it's not big positive. So CFX is possibly shortable, but this is one if I did, I'm interested in limiting maybe something like this. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I think I might try that as a limit. So I think what I'm going to add is I'm going to add a BNB long here. And I'm going to add a CFX short here. And I'm going to stay with my WIF and my ohm. And I'm interested in de-risking just a little bit because it's moved in my favor. And that might look like doing something like this. You could see, yeah. I care more about structure than gaps when this starts to happen. So I'm going to advance my stops on my two shorts. Here's what we're going to do. On WIF, I'm going to advance my stop to 2.7184. So I took about $200 of risk off. On ohm, I'm going to advance my stop to 1.45. Which takes off just a little bit of risk. So I'm going to leave my Bitcoin long, which honestly, I feel like it could get nuked. Easily could get nuked. My stop is so tight on this one, I'm kind of not liking that. But I think I'm going to leave it. But it's gone great in that I haven't even been filled in my long yet. While my shorts have been making me some money, so that's really good. So I'm going to put a limit order on BNB. I just want to get in the habit of also having limits on BNB because it's just a way to diversify from Bitcoin a little bit. So I'm going to put both of these on and I'm going to risk small on them. Okay, so we're going to go to BNB and then I'm going to put a limit short on CFX. In theory, I could just put a just short it, but good ohm. Ohm limit would have worked good, but for WIF, it wouldn't have. It would have just straight down, basically. So The worst thing that can happen is price just goes straight from here. I don't get filled on my Bitcoin longs, and I get stopped in my shorts, which could happen. So I'm gonna set limits on BNB at 5. I can set my leverage to like 30 for this because my risk. Okay, so I'm gonna put it at 557. 557.8. My stop is going to be, I want it to be under all these gaps and also under this wick. 541. So 17. I'm okay risking 500. So I could have about 30 BNB. Okay. And then my TP will be back of the old high here at 620. Okay. We have done it. Now I'm also going to set a limit long BNB in here at 520 with a stop at 504. Okay. 520 with a stop at 504, and I'm going to do 30 BNB again. And I'm going to have the same target, which is going to be 620. Okay, we've done that. It's not really doing a whole lot. It's okay, we've just had our new daily candle start. So CFX, I could also market in it, but I just don't think the risk reward really makes that much sense doing it that way. So I'm gonna do it like this for CFX. Something like that. Okay, I'm gonna limit at 0.1884, 0.1884, with a stop loss at 0.2025 and a TP at 0.1544. And the amount is gonna be, say I'm gonna risk another 500 divided by 0.2025 minus 0.181884 would be 35,000. So I'm gonna do 35,000, and I'm gonna check the 30x leverage. Okay, well it's crossed, so it's okay. So open orders, CFX short, 2 BNB longs. I have an ETH sell from higher. I'm pretty well protected in a lot of scenarios. I could lose a lot on if the market just goes into a major decline with no bounces. Take these 3 losses on Bitcoin and these 2 losses on BNB. I think again the worst thing that could happen is if Bitcoin never makes it down to 61.5 and all the alts go against me, but I'm just gonna leave it. There's a part of me that wants to add a little to ohm at the market because It looks so good to me. So I think I will do that, and then I'm gonna log off. This is the one sort of maybe questionable thing that I could do. And I would maybe put my stop at this little spasm. So, okay. Um, so let's go back to my positions that are open. Almost, I'm at 1.42655 is where I want to put my stop. 1.42665. 1.42655. So that would be taking off a lot of the risk. I have 8,000. I'm gonna add another 4,000 short. Let's start with another 2,000 and then see what my risk is. Yeah, we can add a little bit more. Okay. So now if it works, it'll be quite good. So I'm gonna note that add-on, and that's gonna be it. This could easily backfire, but I still actually took risk off from where it was. And from this one, it's still a 3R if we get there, so. Want to see. I'd like to see the whole market dump and Bitcoin holds up better. BNB, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come back to this. But I like BNB where I don't have a lot of FOMO on it. And then again, I could consider being a seller here would be interesting. I kind of want to do that actually also. Just I want to get into the habit of limit sells on ETH. It's just weak as fuck. That said, that looks pretty good, but I want to be in the habit of doing this. I think it's a good bet. It's dying off. I have a thesis on it that it's MySpace, so why not? So I'm gonna do that. So just the first gap past this high, and then my stop would be, if it gets up much higher, it would take the high, and then I would target this low. I could also just target right here, but would want to target something ugly. Okay. Okay. It's taking me a little bit longer today. 2535.55. It was up at 2618. It's a pretty wide stop. It's like 65, like 85. So 10 is, I'll just do like 5. Um, okay, my risk is not right. I need to reset both the ETH ones because my leverage is too little. We'll do 30 for this. 2535.55. risk 5 with a stop loss at 2618, the TP at 2150. Okay. And then this one also 2874, limit at 2874 with a stop loss at 3017 with a TP at, did I have the TP set? 2150 and just 5. Okay. So I got a lot of trades expressing my opinions on the market here. Okay. So here, a $400 loss. Yeah, the ETH shorts are smaller. The higher one is bigger, so I'm okay with it though. This one. So about to log off now. I'm gonna go climb one mountain, yo. I would love to see continue down. There is this area which could be some kind of support. And I'm not being too greedy in terms of TP. I'm not looking for a move back to like this monthly low. I'm just looking for price to take this weekly level, but I don't know. There's a world where I could aim further. I don't know that it makes sense to. Let's revisit this idea. Like, if all this, no, we don't need to aim further than that. Yeah, that's a good target. Yeah, I like to see that so far. Yeah, I'm expecting some fireworks. I'm expecting to come in and some shits happen. Like I've taken some losses. I've hit some TPs, but yeah, just being patient and it's working. Let's see how the month looks right now. So I'm up like a little bit. Okay, appreciate y'all. Much love and peace.